Well, welcome to info sessions of Hong Kong U-UBS Sustainable and Social Innovation Leadership Program 2026 Cohort info sessions. My name is Lena Wong. I'm the consultant to the program, and I'll be the moderator for today. Before we begin, so just a reminder for those who are here in person, please make sure your mobile phone is on silence mode. And for those who are online, please make sure you are muted. But feel free to ask any questions on the chat room if you have throughout the sessions, and we'll pick it up later on. In today's sessions, we'll present all information you need to know about SSILP, and such as the program features as well as admission requirements. We have also invited alumni to share experience and tips. And towards the end, we'll have Q&A sessions as well. And so you can ask our team about anything you need to know regarding the program. Without further ado, may I invite Professor Amy Chow, Head of the Department of Social Work and Social Administrations, Hong Kong U, and co-director of this program to say a few words. Thank you, Amy.
So a very good evening, and I'm very pleased. This is already my fourth time to join this program and to promote this program. So I see a lot of changes. Our room size was much smaller in the very beginning and much smaller registration, but now it goes to 3 to 4 floors. So this is already a good indicator of success. So first of all, I would like to express my great gratitude to UBS for their unwavering support to the project. And actually, I think they also witnessed the changes of our program. We expand our program in terms of the participant background, the geographical reach, and also the nature of work we are touching and the sectors that we are collaborating with. And secondly, I would also like to thank the team because they are the one to make it possible. And I really want to say thank you to all of you who joined tonight because it is still a very cold night, but you come on time and you are really patient in waiting for our program. Thank you so much. But I really want to say this program is not a course only. It is a catalyst. It is a catalyst for us to develop our leadership, our responsibility, and our sense of innovation in developing impactful work. So I hope you can enjoy. So tonight, you are not going to join a course. You are going to join a very vibrant community. As you can witness our alumni, they actually make a great contribution to the society. So let's work together to make this world a better place for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Chow. Please be seated. Now we'd like to invite Professor Cheryl Chow, the co-director of SSILP and associate professor of the department, to welcome us and introduce the mission, people, and program features of SSILP. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much. I am Cheryl Cho. Welcome, everyone. I'm very happy that I can see you here tonight. Let me first briefly talk about the 3 very core missions of SSILP. Again, we seek to, first of all, build capacity for future NGO leaders. Now, we know that society, as a society, locally or globally, we are facing a lot of grand, complex challenges. But the first thing to think about is to what we can do as small agents of change to, as Amy said, catalyze bigger changes in the future. So that's our first core mission, is to build that nonprofit capacity. The second, of course, is to develop our networks through cross-sector collaborations, as well as learning from each other. So this is our 4th year doing this at HKU, and we've already built a very strong alumni networks where you would learn from each other. And we have also witnessed actual collaborative projects being brought to life through this program. So that's not just a social capital for yourself, but also for your organizations and actual changes when you create social impact. And of course, the third is to incubate and innovate new projects that are sustainable. So our focus is threefold. Okay, next slide. Of course, later on, I'd invite Rob as well to give a opening remark and welcoming remarks. But just before I go on, I'd also like to introduce our composition of our team that has driven this SSILP program in the past 4 years. We have our honorary advisor, Professor Matthew Zhang, and who's been involved since 2 years ago, and who has really helped us boost the public sector point of view when we talk to our participants in our training. These are our core steering committee members, including myself, of course, Professor Amy Chow, Ms. Ming Gong from UBS side, as well as Mr. Rob Stewart, who has just joined us. And then our project team members, some of them are here today, and you should have been hearing from Ms. Nicole Law, who's been our administration since the start, Ms. Jin Yu An, Dr. Luca, right here, and Ms. Lena Wong, our consultant, and from our UBS side, Ms. Cindy Low, as well as Ms. Nikki Nok. So our program features, let us walk through a little bit of our program feature. Of course, you will get the full force of it if you are joining us as our SSILP fellow, but there are some key features that make us distinct from any other capacity building programs in Hong Kong. The first is we have an innovative scholar-practitioner curriculum. So flex learning, where we have online material prepped and accessible for our fellows to prep yourself in prior to joining our training sessions, where we could have a lot of in-group discussions as well as have that scholarly and practitioner input. And the second feature, of course, thanks to a core team of UBS experts as well as volunteers that offers their skills, time, and commitment to mentoring our SSILP fellows. So these mentors from bankers, from the UBS Bank, of course, are very dedicated individuals that will walk with yourselves throughout this journey, giving you valuable advice from their perspective, from the corporate perspective, as well as try to hone your skills, what you've learned in class, and embed those skills into the project that you will pitch eventually at the end of this program. And the third, of course, is our diverse networks. Again, social capital, we always know, is actually an invaluable asset to have individually, professionally, and whatnot. So this is a diverse, you will meet everybody from doing different types of social missions, where originally we all know that as NGO practitioners, we typically are very focused on your own work and not have enough time, room to create space to meet others within your field and beyond. So that is something that we are very proud of. And for the past 2 years, as well as including this year, we have expanded our reach, not just locally, but also in the GBA area, where we will also be organizing cross-sector knowledge exchange and tours so that we can learn from nonprofit practitioners out of beyond the Hong Kong context. Yes, so these are the trips that we've taken so far in the past 2 years, including visiting Tencent and also other types of local organizations in Shenzhen or the GBA area, where, again, there are a lot of different similarities, synergies, potential, and also learning from diverse contexts. So, of course, the other feature is that you do have an opportunity to access funding. So at the end of the SSILP program, throughout these 6 months, you will, as our fellow, have to pitch an idea with the possibility of winning a 400,000 Hong Kong dollars as seed fund to actualize this project idea in your own organizations. So we have 2 of that prizes to offer every cohort. Yes. This is the timeline for 2026. For those of you, this is recorded, so you don't have to take out all your footage, but welcome anyway for you to take a photo of it. It's already on our website. So we do require, and Luke will help talk us through some of the requirements as our fellow, but we do require and expect our fellows to be highly committed to this program in order to get the best out of it. So this is the already designated timelines as well as the venues of when the seminars or sessions take place throughout from April onwards, right up until September. So we do expect our fellows to reorganize, schedule your work and personal lives to accommodate this schedule. So without further ado, before we go on to the next session, may I please welcome Mr. Rob Stewart to say a few words for us.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody. I have to say that my photo looks much better than I am these days. So, look, a little bit about why we set this course up and its value maybe to Hong Kong and the community here. I think originally a lot of this was about getting consistency of message, of getting a group of leaders in the city to run and help the community across a range of programs that were very diversified in the day. What we experienced as a corporate was that, you know, we'd receive 200 or 300 pitches every year for very worthy causes, but each one of them was different. So it was very difficult to compare apples with oranges and come up with a rationale as to why we should fund one project and not another. I think what we've done over the last years, and with the help of HKU, who've been a fantastic partner in this, is create that consistency of thinking. So people are looking at, you know, what the cost per unit is to be able to create more value with the relatively limited funds. And just to that point, I mean, this year I think is going to be a case in point in that a lot of the funds have obviously gone to the tragic Taipo fire victims. That's going to make it very difficult for fundraising and for you know, smaller NGOs to compete in the market and raise funds this year. So having an edge, having a cutting edge, which allows you to go out and pitch properly, I think is going to be very important going forward, in that it's getting into a much more competitive space. A little bit about the mentor program. We've got a very dedicated group of mentors who I think probably benefit more from the program than the mentees, if I'm honest about it. I certainly do, finding out about what's going on in the community. But they obviously have a range of skill sets, from marketing to crisis communications to project management to accounting, legal knowledge as well. Tapping into that skill set, I think, is one added value piece for this course that is very important, and hopefully takes it to a different level and really gives you some positive feedback and access to knowledge in the city. So, look, if you do join us next year, I think you're coming into a program that is very well developed. The network around it is very strong. The connections into government are improving on a daily basis. And this really is a tour de force, something very important in Hong Kong. It's important that the community has a voice and has a mechanism to be heard. And this is at least one of those, if not the best of them. So with that, I will hand back. Thank you very much, and look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you for your sharing and the remarks. So, of course, we're going to tell you all the great things out of the program because we're here to promote the program. But it's better to hear from our alumni because they will tell you all the hard work and sweat and laughters they have in the program. So today we're very happy to have 3 alumni from our 2025 cohort to share the experience and tips throughout the 6 months of SSILP last year. So they are Mr. Aaron Aoyang from Fuller's Social Enterprise, Mr. Alan Lau from Johnson, Sturt and Master, and also Ms. Iris Jin from Guochang Public Welfare Foundation. Please come and take your seat. And I will be the moderator, and you can share 2 mics. Yes, I got to use 1 mic. Okay, so thank you for coming. Happy New Year. Yeah, yeah, you're here to see me again. Last year, they've seen me more than enough. Okay, so in 1 line, tell us more about what you do and your a bit background, but in 1 line only. Aaron first.
I'm a project manager in Fuller's Social Enterprises Society. This is an NGO that do incubation to social entrepreneurship and do social innovation.
Hi, my name is Alan. So I am the responsible business lead at Johnson, Stokes and Master. So it's a law firm. So what I do is connect our colleagues, our employees, so obviously lawyers and other business support staff with meaningful social initiatives in Hong Kong and in the region.
Iris?
Hi, I'm Iris from Guochang Family Foundation. Our founder always thinks that people always come first. So we always explore new ways to in education, innovation, nurturing talent, or help support the growth of the new generation. That's what we do.
Well, thank you. So you can see that we have very diverse alumni. 1 coming from a local NGO, 1 from a private sector, and another 1 from China. So we do welcome people from different backgrounds joining us with a social mission. I guess first, the reason why we usually just have 2 alumni. The reason why we have to bring 3 this year because the 2 of them partners last year. So Aaron and Alan, just to make our life difficult, A&A, the 2 of them worked together last year in the final pitching because obviously Alan is not coming from Section 88 charity, so he need to work with a partner. Later on, Luke will tell you more about this. So tell us in your own words, like what is your key takeaway from joining the program? What did you gain the most throughout the 6 months?
I think the community here as Deb just said, the community of the whole past few years of alumni in SSILP is a great is a great treasure, I think, to me, because the community here in this sector, we can get different opportunities to meet each other, to exchange ideas, to exchange experience, and sometimes often even some struggles in work. I think it goes beyond the work. It goes beyond the collaboration in doing the work. It goes beyond. It becomes something like my comfort zone to share the work, to share my daily lives, to share some thoughts with my fellows. Especially when we went to the trip to Shenzhen, we got to have some leisure time to be out of normal scenario, so that we can share different things, so that we can enjoy a day together. And I also appreciate a lot about the lessons. It is very well structured lessons in the whole course, and especially it is always good to be back at school. But it also means that you have to spend nights and weekends to catch up with the work. But it's worth it because the students and the fellows are very engaged in the lessons. They are very prepared to be in the discussion, to contribute to the discussion and the ideas, and to be part of this learning community is a very memorable experience for me, so that during my work, I can bring things back to my organization as well. And yeah, I think these all are the very impressive experience throughout the 9 months journey.
Thank you. And we also like to joke with Aaron saying that this is a chance for him to come to Central because his office is in Togawan.
Yeah.
So he doesn't come to Hong Kong Island that often.
Every time I come to Hong Kong U, I took a different pathway because I missed the way that I knew before.
All right, so on to you, Alan. So you come from the private sector and well, your office is in Central, so quite convenient. You got to come to our class, which is a class full of people from mostly NGO and NPO. So tell us more, what are some of your key takeaways after the few months?
When I first applied for the program, I thought it's gonna be more like a networking opportunity. So I didn't really expect a lot from the content of the program. I was like, okay, I would be there to meet a lot of new people, interesting people, and that's about it. But I think building on what Aaron mentioned, I think one of the key features, like the workshops themselves, they are really workshops. They are not seminars. They are not lectures. So you do have to get your hands dirty to do a lot of work during the class. For example, one section was about proposal writing, and we were split into groups, and basically we came, like the group mates and I, like we have to come up with a proposal within that workshop, and the instructors were there to lead us, from the concept stage to really plan about the budget and how do you go about implementing the program. And then we get to use different AI tools to help us. And that really helped us to realize, oh, actually nowadays, we can do a lot of things really efficiently. So I think that is a very telling experience of how the workshop are. They're really there for you to get your hands dirty and work and try to apply what you're learning. And the second thing is the mentors. In other mentorship program, mentors are usually there to, just chit chat and then, catch ups over coffee or tea, right? But we didn't.
What did your mentor do to you?
No, but I was like, we were surprised because the mentors in our group, they actually helped us proofread our proposal, and then they were basically redlining, like circling, the points that we can work, we can improve, and then they question us about the proposals. And just one point is that, like, I'm sure like this year will be the same. Like inside a group, there will be UBS mentors, but also mentors from NGO alumni as well. So we get different perspectives on our proposals, and I think that was also a very some kind of shock to me that the mentors are really involved in our work, and yeah. So I think that's the two most impressive takeaways from the programs. Yeah.
So I'm glad we I'll meet your expectation and beyond. Iris, on to you. So you have to come from Guangzhou to come to our class every sessions for 9 sessions. Tell us, like, first, why did you want to join in the first place, and what have you got from the program?
Okay. I just shared with them that our new Hong Kong office will be open next week.
And we're going to have you move
near to him. Yeah. Maybe so if I take this year, I won't be that busy. Yeah, because I think Hong Kong again. Well, I think Hong Kong social service will be very professional and ever renewable. And China's new charity law has been in force like over a year, so it will be a very completely new landscape. So I hope maybe it's better to really see by myself what would it like here. So, and I think the most cost-effective way to it is two pathways, and really an immersive exchange is to be here and also join this like really good platform like SSILP. So we are all lucky people here that we know that here is a good place. And I think I met a lot of good fellows here, and I already invited some of them to have a targeted visit to our institution in the Guangzhou. And even though we don't have concrete collaborations now, but I think it will happen in a very near future. And I think some institutions here in Hong Kong is very is small but beautiful, and it has very powerful and creative ideas, and we will have different how to say that, different things, but we can combine together and to create a new thing. So that's why I'm here, and I think it will be like I will introduce like this kind of good place to other people. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. So they definitely tell you good things out of the program. So come to the reality. What are the nasty thing or reality? Like how, like I don't know whether it's because she's my colleague. I had a colleague who joined this before and she told me she is so much work, and I think it's an excuse she's giving me because she doesn't want to do the work at my office. So tell us one thing that you feel like is a lot of commitment or hard work from your side to join the program. I just wanted to show you guys both sides of things.
I think coming up with a new idea that is practical or like really attractive and is innovative is quite difficult because as we are doing our work as already, and you are thinking about something new that is related to your work but not exactly what you are doing, is quite challenging. So when I met Alan during the class, I didn't know him before I joined this program. We knew that our first idea was not working. So our mentors really asked a lot of difficult questions. So and we struggle to give answers. We know it doesn't work, but we have to join this mentoring session and to be there and to explain something that we don't believe in. And that was kind of a difficult period of time during the first few months. We a lack of ideas. I think you have to be open to discuss with different fellows, even your colleagues. So you don't participate in this program alone. I think you can pull your colleagues together, get ideas from them, get ideas from your fellows, classmates, or even partner during the class, so that you can have more like stimulation to bring in new thoughts, new ideas, new perspectives. So this is something that I've been through during the first few months of my program.
And just to round it up, they are actually the champion. So they actually won the pitch, which we didn't say that in the bio when we introduced you. So they're being super humble and not telling us that. So after rounds of challenge, they finally win the pitch. They are one of the winners. So I'm going to skip you now, Ellen. I'm going to go to Iris first. So Iris, like, what are some of the challenges for you personally in this program, and how did you overcome that?
I think it is not the time, it's not the travel, but I think it is the thing that you really put yourself into this kind of thing, because the more you involve, the more you can take home, because the fellow participants, the tutor, the even one single course you participate in will light the spark. Like if it can really release you from the daily work, and it can give you the opportunity to look up into the sky and or to get the positive energy from each other, and you can really know that you will get to the summit, and the stone under your knees is really the foothold to the summit. I think that is what I feel.
Thank you, Iris. And you're always there on time. So it's quite a commitment coming to our class every sessions. Ellen, yes, your turn.
So one nasty thing, right?
Than what I've done to you, yes.
Yeah, she kept chasing me like, have you found your partner yet? Have you found your partner yet? Because for a corporate representative, we have to find a partner to pitch. And like Aaron said, I was struggling to find a partner first because I have no idea what to do. And then we met within one of the class, and then I was saying, do you want to partner up? And so yeah, that was that. But yeah, besides that, I think it's very no-brainer is that the commitment, as I mentioned, it's the workshops themselves, you're not sitting there listening to whatever's going on stage. You have to get your work done. So there are lots of instances where your classmates would have to go pick up a call outside or open their laptops. I look at their work phones. So I think that is also very evident that this is a big commitment from all the fellows. But as Iris mentioned, is the more you put in, the bigger return you can have. So I think the hardest thing would be to look beyond that kind of commitment on paper and just trust in the process that it will give you something very, very, very valuable in return. So I think, yeah, that commitment part is a part where you have to understand that is something expected of you. But there are good things that will come to you if you commit. So yeah.
So final questions, and definitely we'll have Q&A later, but final questions from me. One tips you can give to our potential applicants, including how the interview or how to survive the program or how to win. Iris first, because we want the champion to share last. Lady first.
Okay, as I said, I think just be yourself, and all the people here will see who you are, and if you're the right person, you will be here.
Obviously follow the instructions given by Nicole. Yeah, so really follow the instructions. But on top of that, I think one part is to think about what you aspire to do. So your aspirations, and how do you want this program to help you achieve that aspiration. I think that's because you're not only saying who you are right now or what you did in the past, but you're also thinking as leaders, you want to think about what's the next step and how this program will help you with the next step. So I think that's something that you can definitely include into your application, in the video or in the written submissions or during the interview. But the interview was really friendly. Everyone was, it was like in those public exams where I agree with you, and yeah, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But yeah, definitely include who you aspire to be in the future. Yeah.
I interview Aaron. I don't think he say the same thing. It was a different group. Sorry, Aaron.
For interview, because all the
whole program.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay. One tip for everything, right? Oh, okay. I think, as I just mentioned, you can bring in your colleagues in because your team in your company, in your own work setting, actually is also an asset for you to be part of this program. For me, I've become a problematic person, a problematic little kid in my organization after I've joined this program, because I ask a lot of questions now. Because I've talked to different people in the sector. I've learned from the classes. I've seen something else. So now I wish to bring in something that I've learned back to my organization, and I'm quite thankful that they allow me to give a sharing of what I've learned back in my organization, and I've seen some changes as well. So yeah, I mean, also you can try to, because everyone in the interview also I agree with you, you agree with me. I think you can also try to demonstrate different perspectives when you're looking at the problem, so that because every question they may have some guidance to guide you to answer some sort of answers, but behind that question, then there could be some reasons behind, or some roots on different levels, and you can look into problems from different perspectives, and you can demonstrate that during the class or even in the interview, so that you can have a better chance to be part of this.
Well, thank you very much. Please join me a round of applause for our alumni for your candid sharing. And I know they will stick around for any Q&A later. I'm sure everyone wants to listen more about how to apply and admission. So thank you very much. So please be seated. Next, we're going to have invite Professor Luke to share about admissions. So please pay attention how to apply to the program. Luke.
Okay,
So good evening. I'm here. My main task is to walk through some details of our program with you, but they are all on our website. So to make it worthwhile for you to attend this session, I'll try to give you some extra tips and hidden stories. So that will be a chance to apply for this program. Okay. So first, who should apply? I think all of you should apply as long as you are interested. You are here now and you want to like learn a lot of things, you are the right one. We want you to apply for our program, but you can see this criteria as what we want to see in the interview and also in your application form. I think the first thing, you're based in Hong Kong or other Greater Bay Area cities, because we know it's a very huge commitment to attend more than 10 sessions on Friday afternoons. So we want to make sure you have a higher chance of completing all the courses and also get the certificate in the end. So we would expect you are based in Hong Kong or other Greater Bay Area cities, and you should be prepared for your career growth, and you are impact driven, you have been identified as star contributors, have promising prospects. These are all criteria. As I said, you need to demonstrate to us, give us some evidence, give us some details, so we trust that you are the right person we want. And this program is very competitive and more competitive through the past 4 years. So try to show us more. We want to know more about you. The second thing is eligibility. We do have some criteria. One condition is you have a bachelor's degree and you have 3 years of working experiences. If you have good command of English, and if you don't have a bachelor degree, but you have very long working history, more than 10 years, we'll also welcome you. But we have a sentence here, every application will be evaluated case-by-case basis. So that means if you think you don't satisfy some requirements, but you can show us you are the right one. You are better than other participants who actually meet this criteria. You can also show us. We'll try to review your application to see whether it's a good fit for us to include you as our participant. And okay. The next thing is about the program fee. So we do have 2 types of program fee, because our main applicants will be those from the nonprofit sector. So if you're from a nonprofit organization, because we have Greater Bay Area cities. So in Hong Kong, that means you are from Section 88 organizations. And in mainland China, that means you are from social association, social service organization, or foundation, 社会服务组织。基金会和社团. And in Macau, you need to find association or foundation, also the non-profit sector in Macau. And if you are from the private sector, as one of our alumni is here, and if you are from the social enterprise, your application will be reviewed case-by-case basis. So we'll try to give you the chance if you're the right one. For the past 4 years, every year we have some applicants from the social enterprise. So do apply. Do not limit yourself because you are not from the Section 88. But as I mentioned, those people who are not from Section 88, who are not from nonprofit organizations, they need to partner with one nonprofit organization for the final pitching. So that's very important. You will try to find your partner. And for the attendance requirements, you have seen the schedule of our whole program. There are 9 teaching sessions, 1 final pitching, and 1 field trip, and some extra sessions we will hold for some events, different things. But for the teaching session, 9 sessions, you need to have 80% of attendance. So that means 8 out of 9 sessions should be there. So we do encourage you to attend all the 9 sessions. But if you need to excuse yourself, plan very wisely when you would use that one chance, the only chance. Normally we'll see people like coming back from their summer break, they would do that. But do not try to attend all the sessions. They're all great sessions. Okay, and 100% attendance for all the mentoring sessions, so all the 5 sessions, because we want you to engage with the mentors to get their feedback. So for the mentoring sessions, you need to attend all of them. And you need to submit the proposal for the final project that, as I have mentioned, for Section 88, you can submit your individual proposal. But for other organizations, you need to partner with one organization and to submit the proposal. That'll be before your final presentation. So we submit the proposal before the presentation. And finally, you need to deliver a presentation of your final project at the final pitching day. And on that day, we'll select 2 rewards. Each will win 400,000 Hong Kong dollars for your initial project startup. And so this is your requirement to obtain the certificate of accomplishment, and you need to satisfy all the 4 requirements to get the certificate. And for the timeline, this will start tomorrow, 10 a.m. So prepare yourself if you want to be the first one to apply for that. And the deadline will be the February the 4th. So Wednesday at 1 p.m. So this is 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Do not remember that as the midnight. Normally at university, you submit your assignments at midnight, but this is 1 p.m. So make sure to catch the deadline so our admin staff can process your applications. And you can submit the on our website. And the three things, the first is your application form, definitely. The second is your 1-minute video. We have our alumni here to show you how it should look like, because last year we did receive some videos without the face shown clearly. So we don't know who you are. So make sure you follow examples. At least you don't have to show yourself all the time for the 1 minute, but at least you have enough time for us to see who you are so we can view your performance. And also, please ensure your video link is public for viewing. So try to ask your friends to click the link. Don't make some links that we need to have an account to log in to see your video. We will not do that. We'll just skip your application. So make it public viewing for everyone. They can access, and so we can see your face, you see your beautiful faces, and see your performance. So you have a better chance of getting admitted. And then finally, the endorsement form, because you will use your Friday afternoons, Friday afternoons, and so the consent of your supervisor is required to attend this program. If you are the CEO of your organization, then try to find your board members, so your chairperson, so they can sign you. So we want you to have the full support from your organization. So make sure your supervisor knows about this. Okay, so this is for a timeline and also the things you need to submit. And the selection process, after interview will be on February 27th. So after the Chinese New Year, get back and we'll see you. And early March, we'll release our results. And our first teaching day will be April 17th. So a Friday afternoon. It's also the opening ceremony. And this year, and like every year, we will admit 30 students. And I want to stress here that applicants. Okay, so the quota will be 30, and every organization will only have one person to be admitted. So make sure, like in the end, we have people from 30 organizations, because we want to keep the diversity of the cohort and people can collaborate more with each other. So if you do have some fellow workers with you, you can discuss among yourself who will be the one to be admitted this year. Okay. But we would make the final decision. So 30 applicants, 30 participants in the end. Okay, some additional information. So the first is you are all responsible for your traveling costs to attend the sessions. Even if you are from Guangzhou, we don't reimburse your travel costs. So you need to take that into consideration. And you're responsible for applying your necessary permit or visa for our field visits. So we can issue some letters to support your application, but you are responsible for all the things you need to do. And I think that's all for today's introduction, but we welcome any questions if we don't cover them. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Luke. So why don't I just also invite Professor Cheryl Chow to come here to answer any questions. Sorry, Cheryl Choi. It's getting late. Cheryl Choi to come and answer any questions. And those of you who are online, feel free to type your questions. I think it's probably more convenient for you to type the questions on the chat. And those who are in person, please feel free to ask questions.
If I could just clarify, one of your slides talked about the ability to apply as an individual. Is that right? And how would the endorsement then work?
Well, we actually to be affiliated with a nonprofit organization at the very least. So I think it would be on a case-by-case basis. I don't know if I can answer you directly at this moment because I don't have enough information to make that judgment.
Oh, just to clarify, so I would apply as an individual, but I am with a charity?
Correct.
As opposed to from being sent by a charity, is that right?
So our ideal candidate and all our past fellows have been currently working at an NGO. Yes.
Possibly if you're a board member of the.
Correct. Like anything, any capacity affiliated with an NGO, such as if you're currently an employee, a founder, a board member, and so forth.
It's just that one of your, I think it was the program fees. It talks about 11,000 program fee for an individual.
That's from the
right?
private sector.
Oh, private sector. Okay.
Yeah. So ultimately, because of course we only have 2 winners every cohort, but if you're lucky to win, the money will go to the organizations, but not to you. So therefore, at the very beginning, we didn't know that you have capacity with a certain charity organizations. Otherwise, if you are lucky to win, we can't even fund the money.
Theory, you could be like Alan, who's from a private sector, right? Okay.
The money doesn't go to his firm.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, so just do you want to supplement? Okay, and also for people who are from private sector, I would need to reiterate that you cannot be funded by UBS. So you must be affiliated with a Section 88 organization, which will then be the recipient of that fund, not the private sector firm.
Okay, we have a questions over there.
Just continuing off of that, so would the project have to be related to the nonprofit mission that you're working at?
Yes.
Okay. And so if you work at a more established nonprofit, it's quite unlikely that, you would.
No, it's not unlikely or no, but we do need to see. So the part of the criteria of assessment is the innovation. Okay, so we do not have interest in funding, for example, something that your organization is already doing. But that's not to say that you can't have a more innovative or add on to what you're already doing that we think and assess warrants this type of new experimentation and innovation in your proposal or in your pitching. Yeah, but that's not absolutely not a deterrent or something that if you're from an established organization, it will not be a disadvantage.
Would it be possible to then work on a project that's adjacent to the organization?
Adjacent, yes, but show us how it's added value or distinct from what you're already doing in the organization. Yeah, because if it's just phase 2 of a phase 1 service, then that would not qualify as something innovative because there's nothing new to that.
So maybe some helpful context is that I work at an arts nonprofit. So the incentive for taking this course is more around understanding the nonprofit model in Hong Kong and the interactions between funders and a potential nonprofit. So I think in this case, like my interest in a project would be maybe a more isolated study, not necessarily like a project that could extend from what we're already doing, because a lot of what we're doing is more around like content related to the arts.
I think how I best can respond to that, it is you need to very well articulate the social mission of the project itself. So it's your personal interest to study the models throughout the process, that's okay. But for the sake of your pitching as well as articulation of your idea, it would have to be very clearly articulated in social impact intention and also how you would evaluate that. Yeah. So primarily we are interested in projects that have direct or at least able to solve a problem that is clearly articulated and corresponding solutions that's innovative to solve that said problem.
Thank you.
Yes.
Just to add on to what Professor has already talked about, on our website, you can actually see all the alumni projects, including the winner projects. So this is also a way for some of our alumni projects to be picked up by funders. So we had example of non-winning project also getting funded in the future. So don't just limit yourself to this $400,000. We have a couple of questions online, so I just want to make sure we go through them as well. Yeah. Can we just go for a couple because they has here for a while now? There was a questions that is about the fact that the person is currently working at an NGO, but he or she wants to set up a social enterprise. Which one should I apply to or from in that case?
I would much prefer them to apply as is their current position because it's difficult for us to evaluate your capacity as a new organization to execute whatever plan that you have in place. So it would have to be existing one affiliation.
Thank you. There was a question here.
Yes, I think so. Gentleman at back.
Hi, this is Akin from Beyond Borders. I may be thinking ahead, but just to get a better idea, because in terms of idea generation and putting a project together, is that something that you want to get an idea from the very beginning? Because it seems like it's something that you actually develop over time. And then what's the process typically like? Is it very collaborative in terms of working with the mentors? Are you expected to sort of do most of the heavy lifting yourself, or how does a good project really take shape? That's my question.
I would encourage you to stay behind and ask our alumni on how they managed to, from the very first day, to have some sort of imagery in your head or some type of mission that you want to achieve through this program and through the project, but then it will become distilled throughout the project. But we do expect our candidates to be challenged, our fellows to be challenged and refine the project over and over in a very intensive, iterative process throughout the program. Yeah.
You'll be evaluated by your final proposal and also your presentation. So it's okay if you deviate a lot from your original ideas. The process of cultivating your capabilities in formulating some better ideas.
Yes. And there are different check marks throughout the program that we would help candidates to meet. So initial plan, and then the next time it's a brief proposal, and then you have to pitch to your mentors, and your mentors give you feedback. So it's a very cyclical, iterative process throughout this 6 months journey.
Hello.
hi.
Could the project involve a third party or other partnership to co-work together when I come up this new idea of the project?
I think primarily we prefer existing SSILP fellows to be the primary person or the executor of the project. But if you say that there may be a third party outside of the program that may have some sort of input in it, then again, I think that would be a case-by-case basis, but we really strongly prefer for the fellows to be within the cohort. We do have examples where a current fellow partnered with a alumni fellow, SSILP fellow, to do a project together, but that's the extent of it.
Actually, last year we have 2 Section 88 participants who partner together. Yes, so that's also a possibility in the same cohort.
Yes.
Are there any other restrictions to what the funding can be used, and is there any like time limits to how long it can be used for? Thanks.
I think Cindy would answer this for us.
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Cindy from UBS. So basically, like if you win the project, then we'll sign a contract with the Section 88 organization, and then basically we are looking to have like 1 year kind of like a project. But then as you can imagine, normally when you win, it's going to be like September. And by the time you have come up with like the whole set of idea where you can like execute is like November time. And then when you start running projects, it's going to be like March. And so we have some flexibility in terms of like the duration of the program. But then we have also got the case where like the first year is 2023, 2023. Still, the person hasn't got like the implementation, like basically she has to work with a hospital, but then it's in China, in Shenzhen, it's kind of difficult for her to get a hospital to work with. So that's why we are still pending execution of that project. So, but then as mentioned, everything is, I would say it's case by case. So we do acknowledge that you work hard on that project, and then like the disbursement of the funding is basically on the project itself. We get to communicate from time to time. I think that's the most basic kind of commitment for you, the winners, to implement the project. Yeah.
Any other questions?
Yeah, there were a couple of questions which I actually answered on the Q&A already. Most of the information are actually on our website about admission and also the timeline of the lessons. So I did answer most of it. There was a questions here which probably might need a bit of address. Regarding admission, what kind of quality are you looking for? It's actually on our slide, but anyway, anything to add on that?
We're looking for you, basically. You can self-evaluate whether you are up for the challenge, but of course we are looking for very enthusiastic and committed people. For us, again, the core missions of the program, once again, is to incubate future nonprofit leaders that are able to collaborate with cross-sector wise or able to have innovative projects, sustainable ones, in a way that would lead Hong Kong's philanthropy or shape our ecosystem in the future. Yes.
Hello. Yeah. Thank you very much for all the information shared. Just one quick question is regarding for the project. Would it be expected to have a individual driven project or it will be in a group? Because I know that we have 30 quotas. Well, it looks for some partners. I'm not sure if that project will be on group base or actually an individual drive with the support of UBS mentors.
Either way, we've had experiences both individually with an individual champion, and then he or she will implement it within their organization, or it could be a group based where they partner up and then pitch the project like Alan over here and to implement in a group setting and such. So either way is workable. Yes, Cindy, to supplement.
The maximum team members is going to be 2, right? Yeah, just partnership. Yeah, 2 of them. Yeah.
No. Okay. Okay. Any other questions? So if not, I think we can end here, right, Lena, or.
Yes, so scan the code. That's the only time you bring your phone out. Scan the code and the application will be open tomorrow, but all the information that we just shared was basically on the website. But today's recording and the slide will also share with the participants and those who are online. All right, thank you very much, everyone. Have a good evening. Thank you.
Yeah, so I do look forward to seeing all of you in February. Hope to see you in the interview room. So do apply and tell your friends to apply. Thank you very much.